Well, hello. How are you? My name is Rusty Humphreys. This is the Rusty Humphreys Rebellion, powered by the nice folks at Right Wing News, Liberty One TV, the wonderful people at virtualshield.com/Rusty, and do that. Find out how a virtual private network can keep you and your family's data safe and secure. Very important, use the promo code Rusty and you will save some money. How about that? 20%. Now, do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Check in. Let me know who you are, where you're deplorable from. I want to say hi to you. I want to get you involved. My cousin Paul is there. Hey, Paul, how are you? Don't see him very often. Kara's there. Jason saying hello. Hello, Jason. Jesse checking in from Lafayette, Indiana. Liza saying hello. Gary giving some thumbs up. Give us some shares. Give us some thumbs up, some likes, some hearts. Terry's there checking in. We want to get as many people on tonight. Don checking in. Cynthia waving. Hi, Cynthia. Our show is every night, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West, Monday through Thursday, unless I got something else going on. Maria saying impeachment filed on Rosenstein. Woohoo! Frank is saying good day from Australia. Bobby checking in. Thea checking in from Dallas, Texas. Bill is in Pomona, California. Maria is a Texas deplorable. Kara saying share, share, share. I agree. Share, 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 share. The other thing is you're getting ready and your thumbs up. And don't forget, before the end of summer, you want to get this book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Your Liberal Family and Friends and still keep them as family and friends, written by this guy, Rusty Humphreys. It's a great book. It's available at Amazon. It's in paperback, Kindle, and in audio version. I listened to the audio version a couple weeks ago. And it's like, man, that's pretty good there. Ceda's in Reno. How you doing? Don's in Pennsylvania. Shelly's in New Orleans. Laz is checking in from Florida. Edward checking in. Michael is in Redlands, California. Drew is in Maine. All right, what's going on? Okay, so the big story, and it kind of broke yesterday, right as the show was going on, was the audio that everybody's talking about, Trump-Cohen tape. CNN got the leak. They're all excited about it. Oh boy, they got a smoking gun on Trump. Now, I've listened to the tape a couple of times, and I want to be honest about it. First of all, here's my first question for you. Robert checking in, Larry checking in, Brenda's in Kentucky, Beverly, Kevin, William from Texas. All right. Ben Shapiro just shared something about Obama. What did Ben Shapiro, what did my former protege, Ben Shapiro, find, Kara? Send that to me if you would. All right, so here's the first question. Number one, would it surprise you if Donald Trump had an affair with a Playboy playmate? Me? No. Well, how about Bill Clinton? Is it a double standard? Yes. I think part of it is because Bill Clinton kind of lowered the bar so far, I don't think it bothers me as much anymore. Number one. Number two, with Donald Trump, a billionaire playboy, oh my goodness. I mean, we knew that going in. 3, the Playboy playmate is hot. Is it right? No. I think what bothers me the most is that his lawyer not only audio taped him, but now the lawyer's turning. I've got lawyers. I'm scared to death now to talk to a lawyer. Are they going to flip on me? Is now lawyers flipping? Attorney-client privilege means nothing anymore? It doesn't bother Maria. David's in the Philippines. John's in St. John. Let's see here. What do we got? Oops, something popped up from Kara. Now I can't find it. Kara, do it one more time, please. So anyway, so then I'm listening to the tape, and the whole thing, everything is being centered around is that Trump says cash. And then Rudy Giuliani says he didn't say cash, he said check. And the way I hear it, and Robin says it happened before he was in office. It's true. And my other thing is, yes, there are different rules for politicians than there are for businessmen. And maybe these guys didn't know it, or they're stupid. All right. Let's see here. What is Kara saying? Usually take these things with a grain of salt, but since Ben Shapiro shared it, I believe it, says Kara. Let's take a look at it really quick. What is the news? According to this story, this is interesting. I know nothing about this, so bear with me. Obama administration knowingly funded a designated Al-Qaeda affiliate. The group had been on a list of terrorist funders for a decade when a government agency specifically approved funding for it. The Middle East Forum has discovered that Obama administration approved a grant of $200,000 of taxpayers' money to an Al-Qaeda affiliate in Sudan a decade after the U.S. Treasury designated it as a terrorist financing organization. More stunningly, the government officials specifically authorized the release of at least $115,000 of this grant, even after learning that this was designated a terror organization. Story began in October 2004 when the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets designated the Khartoum-based Islamic Relief Agency, also known as the Islamic African Relief Agency, as a terror financing organization. It did so because of the ISRA's links to Osama bin Laden and his organization, MK, the precursor of Al-Qaeda. The 2004 designation included all of ISIS's branches. Eventually, it became known that this American branch had illegally transferred over $1.2 million to Iraqi insurgents and other terrorist groups. ISIS influence also spread to Washington. Former Congressman Mark Siljander, Republican of Michigan, pled guilty in 2010 to obstruction of justice and acting as an unregistered foreign agent after prosecutors found that the group had paid him $75,000 using misappropriated USAID grant money to lobby the government in an attempt to remove the charity from the government's terror list. Despite this well-documented history, the U.S. Agency for International Development in July 2014 awarded $723,405 to World Vision, Inc., an international evangelical charity to improve water, sanitation, and hygiene. And of these funds, $200,000 of it was to be directed to a subgrantee, ISRA. Well, that is interesting. I will tell you, the only time I got involved in government money, it's kind of interesting. I wanted to it was before 9/11, and I wanted to build a veterans memorial that it was going to be in Reno, Nevada. And I kind of wanted to see how the process worked. And it was going to be this beautiful veterans memorial. And I got somebody to help design it. And it was beautiful. And I actually talked to Harry Reid. And we got the grant. And what was interesting was I thought, I'd get a check. I mean, honestly, I didn't know how it worked. But, I got a piece of land in the city of Reno, donated this piece of land. And then I got that taken care of. And then I was going to start getting the money. Anyway, I come to find out that the money didn't go to me or an organization that I was going to run. The money went to the city of Reno. I never saw the damn thing. And years after I left Reno, they built it and did a crappy job. But I thought we needed something like that. And I was right. I still believe that we don't honor veterans enough. Anyway, let's see here. Cohen is not a lawyer that I would hire now. How much money is Obama giving away? Where's Jeff Sessions? That is a good question. What the hell does that guy do? What an easy gig that guy has. So what do you do, Jeff Sessions? Well, I'm the head of the Justice Department. Have you shown up for work? Nope, never been there one day. I don't even have a key to the office, is my guess. I don't know what the hell he does. Anyway, where did oh man. I had that audio. Oh, here it is. Okay. Ted Nugent for president. The world may never know. Imprison Obama and all affiliated persons. Here's the problem I have with that. As much as I think Obama did a lot of bad things, some of them I think were criminal. I think the way that he weaponized the government against me and you using the IRS and the FBI to try to, get an election fixed, I think all that was horrible, absolutely horrific. The problem is, and here's something that the Democrats do not understand right now, and the mistake that they're making, and that is once one party gets in power and they start putting the other party in jail, oh, that doesn't end well. Because then that party puts the other people in jail and so on and so on and so on. And we don't want to see people being put in jail all the time just because they lose an election. Now, again, do I think the Democrats are handling all of this wrong with Trump? Absolutely. Do I think that Hillary Clinton is a criminal? Yes. And maybe she should be prosecuted. But I don't think you go after a president no matter how nasty he was. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Ricky, no, any rich playboys who have never spent money on a woman, married or not? No, you don't. Let's see here. Jeff Sessions is an embarrassment. Hey, all those indictments are coming down, thousands of them. Ruth, you got a whole bunch going on here. I'll read some of what Ruth has to say. She's a very long post here. I don't know what he did before president, but I know what he does know when he's president, that he's running the country smooth like a Celine time in the person's life that you feel comfortable, safe, and relaxed. That's how I feel with President Trump running our country. But people want to throw him under the bus. They need to check himself a month, the words for the country, okay, and then move out, go to Canada. How many people are going to go to Canada? Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, get the hell out of all these other actors. I'm sorry if my statements don't look right, but I'm on the microphone. I don't have my glasses on. Sorry. I'm just sick and tired of all this harassment because that's what our president's being harassed, and he's doing a beautiful job for our country. All right. Thank you, Ruth. There's more there. Carolyn wonders what Jeff will do now after Rosenstein is impeached. John McCain instigated Lois Lerner to block Tea Party organizations from getting authorizations for nonprofit. Oh, I know he did. As a guy in Arizona who was working with the Tea Party groups, oh, I know what they did. Okay, I do want to listen to this audio again. And let's do it carefully. And I want you to tell me, do you think a crime was committed here? And I want you to be honest. While the other side has Trump derangement syndrome, I don't want us to say, well, anything Trump does is great. If Trump is wrong, he should be held accountable. If Trump didn't do anything, he should not be held accountable. Okay? So let's take a quick listen to what Trump had to say with his attorney. And again, I think this is pretty crappy that the attorney did this and now it's leaked. But here we go.
Let me know what's happening, okay?
You can hear it in his pocket or something.
Oh.
Lawyers.
Oh.
Maybe he's on the phone or something.
Maybe because of this, it would be better if you didn't go. You know, maybe because of this, for that one. You know, I think what we should do is get rid of this because it's so false what they're saying. It's such bullshit.
Oh, he said a bad word. Oh no, he cussed. You better take him out of office. So obviously his attorney has got a hidden microphone.
This goes away quickly. I think it's probably better. Do the Charleston thing, just this time. Yeah, in 2 weeks it's fine. I think right now it's better. You know? Okay, honey. You take care of yourself. Thanks, Pam. Yep, I'm proud of you. So long. Bye. What's up, Mike?
Great poll, by the way.
Yeah.
Seen it. Great poll.
Making progress.
Big time.
And you guys are good guy.
Oh, Pastor
I
Scott?
can't believe this. No, Pastor Scott. What's happening?
Oh, no. He's...
Can we use him anymore?
Oh, yeah. 100... No, you're talking about Mark Burns. We've told him to...
Well, I don't mean that. Mark Burns. Can we use him
No.
anymore?
No.
Richard Lefrak, I'm sorry, Richard Lefrak just called. He just had, we have a chance, he had an idea for you.
Okay. So we got served from the New York Times. I told you this regarding to unseal the divorce papers with Ivana. We're fighting it. Kasowitz is going
We should
to...
never be able to get that done.
Never. Kasowitz they'll ever be able. They don't have a...
Give me your Coke, please.
They don't have a legitimate purpose.
And you
So
have a woman that doesn't want to unseal.
correct.
So you've been handling it.
Yes, and it's
That's
all
been going on for a while.
for about 2-3 weeks now.
All you have to do is delay it for...
Even after that, it's not going to ever be opened. There's no purpose for it. Told you about Charleston. I need to open up a company for the transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David. You know, so that I'm going to do that right away. I've actually come up and I've
Give it to
spoken.
me.
Okay, I want to stop right there. So your attorney comes up to you and says, I got to do something. Now, I'm not an attorney. You're not an attorney, Trump's not an attorney. If you're an attorney, but if your attorney comes up and says, I have to do something, you go, okay, you're the attorney, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? So that's what I've heard now. I haven't heard this entire tape, so we're listening to it together here. So the attorney comes up and says, I need to open up a company to do something. Okay, take it back. Let's continue.
For the transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David, you know, so that I'm going to do that right away. I've actually come up and
Give it to me.
I've spoken to Alan Weisselberg about how to set the whole thing up with
So what are we going to pay?
funding. Yes, and it's
Now, Thomas is saying something exactly right. The lawyer was baiting him to say the things he wanted for the tape. I agree with that. He wanted to have some kind of bad information just in case he needed it. Jason says, so far this guy reminds me of Sal on Breaking Bad. Okay, let's get back to the tape.
with
So what are we going to pay?
funding. Yes, and it's all the
I was
stuff.
thinking about that.
All the stuff, because you never know where that company, you never know where he's going to be.
Gets hit by a truck.
Correct. So I'm all over that, and I spoke to Alan about it when it comes time for the financing, which will be.
Listen, what financing?
We'll have to
What finance?
pay you. So
I'll pay with cash.
no. I got no.
Hey, Noel, how are you?
Okay, now they just cut it off right there. That was it. So he goes, you going to pay in cash? No. Check. I mean, to me, I don't know. Did Trump say cash? He did. But to me, it was almost, he was asking a question, wasn't it? Cash? Check. You're the lawyer. You tell me what to do. I don't know. You're setting up the company. What should I do? That's what it sounded like to me. Now that, I don't know. I mean, when you're with your attorney in a private setting, in a situation where you got some girl, and yeah, he probably had as a matter of fact, according to the woman, who was very beautiful and very sharp, they had a relationship. It's not right. It's not cool. I'm not going to defend it in any way. But I'm also going, man, we got a lot of other stuff going on. We had 8 years of Obama messing and screwing this country and economy up so bad. Our kids today don't know what sex they are. We're fighting over bathrooms. Bruce Jenner's a woman. I mean, we got a lot of things to worry about. Russia, China, Maxine Waters. And now we got to go back to a private tape with attorney-client privilege of a guy before he was president talking about paying a woman who, by the way, she took the money to keep her mouth shut. Your thoughts? Let's see here. Bill asks, is it a crime to buy the rights to her story? Steve says, you're great, right-wing news. Thank you, Steve. Also, Liberty One TV. Larry says, that's how you drain the swamp. Let them all go after each other, put the others in jail, then elect a new government with term limits. Okay. What attorney tapes their clients? Good question. Alan is from the National Enquirer. NT, New York Times, I guess. Should have known better. Was dealing with an attorney. Diane thinks that attorney doesn't sound too smart. Mark says crooked attorney like the rest of them. Randy says, hello, Rusty. That's the old Donald. He's born again now. Now, I want to talk about that too. I was talking with some liberal friends recently. And I see a change in Donald Trump. I think when the tape came out of him talking about grabbing coochies and kissing women and stuff, which was now almost 20 years ago, I think Donald Trump always had a huge ego. So did Barack Obama, so did George W. Bush, so did Clinton, just go all the way down the line. To want to be president of the United States, you have to be a narcissist. You have to believe in your soul that you're the only one that can make these kind of changes, okay? Most regular people aren't that self-consumed, but there's a lot of people that you know are. And I think that Donald Trump always wanted to be a celebrity. He had some celebrity. People liked him, but he never really, I don't know, he probably always felt like he was a celebrity, but kind of on the outside because he hadn't really done anything. He did his business, but he wasn't celebrity. So then he gets The Apprentice, and all of his dreams come true. Just like rock stars want to be actors, actors want to be rock stars, businessmen want to get on TV. And Donald Trump got on TV, and not only got on TV, but his show was the #1 show in the world. And I don't know about you, but when your greatest dreams come true, then what do? I remember a line. It's a George Michael song. What's it called? It was on the Listen Without Prejudice album. He says, you look for your dreams in heaven, but what the hell are you supposed to do when they come true? It's a powerful line when you think about it. And I think Donald Trump had that, probably had a couple of years of just kind of going crazy, go nuts. My guess is Melania got pregnant with Barron, and maybe things weren't going very well, and he's this big star, and he is not in control the way he probably should have been of himself. You know, Al Gore had problems with that too, we found out. How about John Edwards? John Kennedy, okay? So he had these problems. And then at some place, he may have found some, I don't know if the word humility is the word, but may have found his way. And maybe it just came with age. Maybe something happened. Maybe these lawsuits woke him up. Becoming a serious candidate for president changed him. Something. Glenda says God can use anyone to bring his will to pass. Okay. Yeah, Kara says I think it was called, the George Michael song was Waiting for That Day, the reprise. I think is what it was. So I think he found his way. I think he has learned from his mistakes and has become a much better man, especially after becoming president. I think one of the benefits that Donald Trump has had that other presidents haven't had is they didn't have the celebrity beforehand, right? Bill Clinton went crazy, go nuts in the White House. Barack Obama's ego went out of control in the White House, right? Where Donald Trump had already been there and done that. And now he's just a guy trying to do the job. And instead of being a forgiving nation, which we are normally as Americans, the Democrat Party wants to pull us back and not forgive anything anymore. Democrats are now going back 20 years and looking at old tweets and old jokes and trying to ruin people's lives. You know, you cannot change the past. But Democrats want to destroy people's lives. Hollywood, they're going through that right now. Bill is saying, don't speculate, Rusty. We do not know why he was catting around. And remember, these allegations are by gold diggers. Bill, let's be honest, okay? He did it. Of course he did. It's not a surprise. It wasn't a surprise then. It's not a surprise now. Again, the difference between Bill Clinton and Donald Trump is Bill Clinton was a governor of a state when he was doing his things. And then he became president of the United States and didn't stop, and the media kept covering for him. That's what was so frustrating back then. We all knew what was going on, but the media kept giving him a pass and giving him a pass and giving him a pass. And Donald Trump doesn't get a pass when he passes wind. Peggy said all of these relationships were over a decade ago. Why didn't they say anything prior to the election? What has President Trump done since becoming president? Nothing but trying to do good for his country. Yes, his mouth gets him in trouble. But I truly believe his heart has changed. And I agree with you, Peggy. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe he is the same man that he was 20 years ago. Most of us grow up. Bill Clinton was kind of famous for not growing up. Democrats continue to support childish ideas and childish behavior. A good example is the Occupy ICE camp in Portland, Oregon. And it's like the children didn't clean up their mess before they left. They left their room a mess. And this is what it looks like when Democrats take over and run stuff. Look at this, just garbage. Absolute disgusting. These are the environmentalists. These are the ones that want to tell you how to live. These are the ones that want to tell you, well, you can't use plastic straws. I mean, how long were these people there? Somebody had to pay for those porta potties. Could George Soros not afford somebody to come and pick up the mess? Look at this. They're building camp. They were living there. This is disgusting. Proud Union home. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks just like something special, doesn't it? Man, they must be proud of themselves. Wow. That's awful. Just awful. All right. You get the idea. Let's see here. Kara says, thank you. Clinton was a public employee. Trump was a private citizen. Yes. Raleigh says, I didn't vote for him to do what he did back then. I voted for him because our country needed him. Fred says, what's done is done. Jason says, hypocrites. Are we being hypocrites? I don't know. Bottom line, is he doing a good job leading this country? I would say yes, says Bob. I voted for a president to lead this country, not for a person with a sweet, clean past. Dan says, who really gives a rat's ass who he was having affairs with 10 years ago, as long as he straightens our country out financially and gets our trade evened out? Okay. Rolly says that's a third world crap hole. Jessica says that's scary. Yep. Saw a post on Facebook today. You can go to jail for using a straw in California, but you can openly take a crap in the streets. Reese thinks the Russians paid for the porta potties. Yolanda says, we as humans always have pasts. We are not proud of that, but it makes us strive to do better. And that's true. And some people do better. The problem is that there's a lot of people that don't learn from their mistakes. I think Trump has. I say President Trump is trying to make our great nation better than it's been in the last 8 years. I see a better economy rising, people taking more money home, unemployment rates going down, more jobs available. Fred checking in, Diane checking in, saying, look at Detroit. They've had Democrats over them for many years, destroyed Detroit. Now, I was in Detroit a few weeks ago, and I did not see the huge mess. It was actually pretty cool, so I was shocked. I went to a German restaurant, and I love German food. It was terrible, but that's a different story. Stephen Colbert says that woman, the commie from Long Island, or from New York, she from Staten Island or Long Island? I think she's from Staten Island. He says that you are being traumatized, and I want you to see how he twists the words of a conservative, and also sometimes conservatives don't think very much when they talk or they write something. And so I think we have somebody that probably shouldn't have written what she wrote, but I want you to see, because I know you don't watch Colbert. I don't either, but I thought you should see this here on the Rusty Humphreys Rebellion.
Frequent viewers of The Late Show know that a couple of weeks ago we had on Democratic congressional candidate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She is... Yeah, people are very excited about her.
Keep cheering for the commie.
She is a self-described Democratic socialist, and she defeated one of the most established members of the Democratic...
By the way, you cannot have a Democratic socialist. It's not possible. Socialism is run by the government telling people what they can or cannot do. Democracy is mob rule. Okay, you've got two completely diametrically opposed things. By the way, democracy is exactly what our founding fathers did not want. Did not want the mob rule, but you're seeing mob rule. You're seeing democracy happen in places like Portland, Oregon. This is what democracy looks like. Yes, you are correct. That is what democracy looks like. When you've got the crap all over the place, police can't do anything, no one can stop these criminals from breaking things in the streets. That is what democracy looks like. And again, we do not have a democracy. Let's continue.
Democratic Party, New York Congressman, and that baby doll head spider from the first Toy Story, Joe Crowley. Now, she's clearly a rising star of the Democratic Party, whipping up rallies for candidates across the country. And Saturday, she was in St. Louis to stump for Democratic congressional candidate Cori Bush. And the rally was attended by a conservative columnist named Virginia Kruta. And what she saw shocked her to her core. She says when Ocasio-Cortez spoke, I saw something truly terrifying. I saw just how easy it would be to fall for the populist lines they were shouting from that stage. I saw how easy it would be as a parent to accept the idea that my children deserve health care and education. Yes. Yes, it's...
All right, I want to stop him. He's gonna make a joke, and I'll let him make the joke, but I want to comment on it first. What I believe she was trying to say is, all of these things sound great. Communism sounds great if we'd all just work together, right? You wouldn't have to work as hard, and we would help each other out. Sounds great. Free health care, yes. I want to take care of poor people and me and you and not have to pay for it. It sounds great. Free education. Yes, everybody should be educated. We should not have these kids coming out of college with $150,000 of debt. By the way, that debt is being caused almost 100% by you socialists. But that being said, what this conservative is saying, but not very well, but I didn't read her story, so maybe she did write it better, and they're just taking it out of context. All of these things sound great. They just don't work. They don't work. And so because of that, it's real easy to say, I wish. I wrote a song once. It was called Almost. I wonder if I can find it. I don't have a video for it. I was going to make a video for it. I almost was a liberal when I was 18. I almost joined up with the doper scene. I almost quit life laying high on my back. I don't remember the song now. I'll try to find it and play it for you. Again, the whole point is it sounds great, but it never, ever works. All right, let's get back to little Stevie Colbert. Here we go on the Rusty Humphreys Rebellion.
Your parents' worst nightmare, that late night phone call. A voice saying, your college-educated child has just seen a doctor and she's going to be all right. No! Damn you, no! Why, God, why? Reading that is like watching someone almost have a light bulb go off in their head, but not quite getting there. Okay, I'm freezing, and there's a jacket right there. I could put it on, but wait, what if a hypothetical poor person gets a jacket they don't deserve? And I'm dead.
No, Stephen Colbert, using your bad hypothetical, it would be like getting, I don't know, so you said a jacket. A jacket would work, so you put a jacket on and it would work. It would be like getting pudding. Pudding's not going to cover you when you are cold and freezing to death. So you're not putting the right things together. But that's here nor there. Let's get back.
Scene. Cruda. Or Cruda?
I like that.
Cruda will always remember her experience because, as it says in her closing, I left the rally with a photo, in part to remind myself of that time I crashed a rally headlined by a socialist, but also in part to remind myself that there, but for the grace of God, go I.
Okay, that was lousy, right?
First, you can't crash a rally. They want a lot of people to be there. First, I crashed that rally, then I hacked into Zappos using only my credit card. Second, there but for the grace of God go I. You know that God's a socialist, right? Jesus didn't charge the lepers a copay. Look, I'd cure your blindness, but you're out of network. We'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those ones that liberals like to throw out. Well, Jesus was socialist, even though we don't believe in him. And, so that's just silly. Conservatives, we hurt ourselves sometimes. There, but the grace of God go I. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best thing to write. That just made you look stupid. Just made you look stupid. Don't do that. I cringe a lot when I listen to talk radio where people aren't. There's a whole new crop of talk radio hosts. Some of them better than others. I hear a lot of yelling for no reason. I hear a lot of commercial breaks without commercials. They're PSAs. I hear a lot of weak thinking. And it just makes me cringe. And then when I see articles written like that, Colbert was right to rip that girl a new one. It was a terribly written column. But, yeah, that's one of the things that we can do as conservatives is do a better job of making our points. Diane says, Stephen makes me want to hurl Rolly says, since when did God become a politician? Diane says, all late night shows are insulting. Colbert has not been funny in years, says Bill. Don says, yeah, that wasn't funny. Kara says, we have free education from kindergarten to 12th grade. If they slack off in secondary schools, why should we pay for free college for them to slack off there too? That's a fair question, Kara. A very fair question. You know what another fair question is why don't you have any protection if you go on the internet and you don't protect yourself from your internet service provider that is stealing your browsing history? What are you thinking? Huh? What are you thinking? Why don't you have Virtual Shield? Why don't you go to virtualshield.com right now? Show's going to be over in a minute. Go to virtualshield.com/Rusty and find out all about Virtual Shield and why a VPN, a virtual private network, can help protect you. Well, I'm new in computers, or I've been doing it, and it just seems too hard. No, what's going to be hard is when your data gets stolen. Okay? It is not hard. Well, what about slow down my being online? It's not going to slow down you being online. Virtual Shield is the fastest VPN out there. It's important that you protect yourself, especially with something that costs pennies a day. And if you don't do it, well, you're going to feel real stupid when all of a sudden your data's out there. And, hey, Trump's data got out there by his own lawyer. You think your service provider's going to care about you? No. Go to virtualshield.com, enter the promo code RUSTY, that's me, and you get 20% discount, okay? Do it now. Do it now. Also, when you're online, do yourself another favor. Go find my good friends, Mark Young and Chuck Woolery. Remember Chuck Woolery? One of the nicest guys in the world. They do a great show. It's a great podcast called Blunt Force Truth. You can find the podcast at iTunes and Stitcher. Go to bluntforcetruth.com and, check it out for 2 and 2. And when you do, you'll find a show almost as good as mine. I'm kidding, Chuck and Mark. You guys are awesome. But go check those guys out, would you please? Also, Liberty One TV is a great network of some incredible shows and some really, really good people who are out there standing up for truth, justice, and the American way. They also have some great patriotic products, some good coffee and T-shirts and other things. Would you do us a favor and go to libertyonetv.com and just check it out and help support this great organization that helps keep me on the air. Also, Right Wing News on Facebook, great people, and my own Facebook page, Rusty Humphreys. Type it in. There's a couple Rusty Humphreys is out there. Find the one with me in a light blue shirt and like that page and make sure it comes up first, would you please? Tomorrow is what? Yeah, I think it's Thursday. I should be here. Friday it won't, because I ain't want to. That's it. I sure appreciate you. 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. Thank you very much. May God bless you, and may God bless America. We'll see you next time. Share. Give me some thumbs ups. Give me some thumbs ups and some hearts right now, will you please, to end the show? Thumbs. Hearts. Love. Why? Make me feel good. Make me feel like you like me. I'm an idiot. I know, I'm an idiot. Also, get the book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates to Your Liberal Family and Friends, and still keep them as family and friends. It's available at Amazon on paperback, Kindle, and an audiobook, and it's so good. Look at this. Stacey Dash, who is smoking hot. She loves the book. So should you. All right, that's it. We'll see you next time. May God bless you. May God bless America. I'm Rusty Humphreys. This is the Rusty Humphreys Rebellion. See you later.